Are you ready? Let's get started with one habit at a time, infection control protocol. Have you ever been to an infection control protocol course and you feel like you've just been blasted with really important information and you have every intention of upping your game, making some really important improvements, and yet you get back to the dental office and you realize nothing's changed. I'm doing the same things I've always done. Well, that's because we do at least 40% of everything we do without conscious thought. It's a function of habit. Deep in our basal ganglia, we have deeply ingrained patterns of behavior that we can either fight against or we can employ. And I suggest we employ them. A habit is based on three things: cue, routine, reward. For example, I have a deeply ingrained habit of drinking coffee every morning. I know I'm not alone. Every day I wake up, that's my cue. I go downstairs, that's my routine, and I get my cup of coffee. That's my reward. But my prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of my brain, has tricked my basal ganglia, the habit-forming part of my brain, into doing some housework. So here's what I do. We do something called a habit stacking. I have attached some beneficial behaviors to existing behaviors. So in the morning, I wake up, that's my cue. Rather than go straight downstairs, I pivot and I make my bed. Then I go downstairs. Now once I'm there and I push the button on the coffee maker, I could just watch it dribble into the pot, and maybe I've done that a time or two, but usually what I do is I pivot, I wash my hands, I unload the dishwasher, and by the time I'm finished, my coffee's ready to be drunk, and I get my reward. So do you see what I've done there? We can do the same thing in the dental office. Every day you have deeply ingrained patterns that we can exploit. We can harness the power of habit to incorporate some really good beneficial behaviors. Let's start with this. You probably carry a purse, a bag, or a briefcase into the office, right? And you set them down somewhere. Tomorrow, when you place your purse down or your briefcase down, what I want you to do, put it in your locker or your cupboard, immediately pivot. Go straight to the sink. Take a pump of antimicrobial soap and some warm water and lather up really well. Get under each fingernail, scrub those cuticles, and especially work up some friction on those calloused fingertips and palms. Rinse really well, dry your hands really well, and then take a nice pump of hand lotion to take good care of yourself. Cue, put your purse or your briefcase down. Routine, go wash those hands. Do not log in. Do not turn on the compressor and the vacuum. Don't go gossip by the front desk. Go straight to the sink. Wash your hands. That's your routine. And then the hand lotion is your reward. But you know what? There's even a more important reward. And that is that awesome feeling you have because you've upped your game. You've improved your infection control habits. And that is worth celebrating. Now I'd like to ask you to do one more thing. I'd like you to take a piece of paper, just a blank sheet of paper, write hand hygiene on it, and every time you do this, I want you to put a little tally mark and keep track of it for the next 2 weeks. Now, I'm going to check in with you again in 2 weeks with your next habit. When you see marks accumulating. I really want you to give yourself a pat on the back, and I want you to go reward yourself. Do something nice for yourself. We'll see you in 2 weeks.